Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Reading Glass.
I am your host, Becca.
Book jail. Sorry, she is no longer on this podcast. I am Dylan, your only host.
Dylan is just very, very upset at me.
Don't talk to me.
He threw me in book jail, apparently.
She's not allowed to pick any more books, folks. I'm done. Mm-mm.
But this podcast is equal. You pick a book.
You tortured me
You pick
for
a book.
6 books.
You're about to torture me in the next one.
Not the next one, the one after the next one.
It's still there.
I'm trying very hard not to move my mic right now because I want to throw it at you. She hurt me.
Really?
She hurt me. She hurt me. She hurt me.
And the only reason I'm going to say this, I hurt him, but he loved the books.
I did, you guys. We are finishing up the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy.
Book 5 and 6.
Gold.
And Goldfinch.
Too many G's. I love this book series. Way too many G's.
Yeah, it was a lot to keep up with in the beginning, but I think as you keep, reading it, it gets easier with the G's a little tiny.
I just barely got it down.
Well, the last two is probably the easiest.
They were also the best, by far.
Yeah, we will get into that.
So, Becca, since you tortured us, you get to tell us about our lovely wine.
I picked the wine,
Mm-hmm.
but I got it from my family.
Oh, it was a gifted wine. Free wine is the best wine.
Free wine. Today we are doing Phantom. It is a California red blend.
Beautiful. We love our red blends here at the Reading Glass.
Yes, we do. And of course it has to be California because you are always obsessed with California wines.
But that's where Disneyland is, and that's why I'm obsessed with it. Have you not gotten wine at Disneyland, Becca?
It's been a minute.
So a California red blend.
Yes. The label honestly says proprietary red.
Yes, a proprietary red blend,
And I was
which I
like,
know exactly what that is.
What?
It is a special wine
For this
picked
podcast.
especially for Golden Goldfinch.
I just love that my family got it for me, and it literally matches our books right now.
It's giving Rot Daddy. We love our Rot Daddy.
Dylan, can you guess the alcohol percentage?
Well, here at the Reading Glass, we never go under 13%. I'm going to go with a 14er.
14.5.
Ooh, we getting fucked up today, you guys.
I think he's pretty excited for this because it's going to be needed. Should I open it up before we
Please.
Okay.
And she a thick bottle too, you guys. I don't know if it's just we drink a lot of the same wine, but they all look the same color to me. Thank you, Becca's family, for this lovely wine. We appreciate you. In case you guys are wondering, it does state that numerous sightings have intrigued us over the years with visions of muddy work boots and blue jeans lurking in the cellar. Many are convinced the phantom truly exists, while others remain skeptical. Do you believe? Tell you what I believe in, guys. Rot Daddy. That's the only thing I believe in. And on that note,
cheers.
cheers.
Ooh, it smells good.
Oh my God, I love your family. Oh my God.
Yep.
If you guys have watched our previous episode of The Hunger Games, you know I love the Black Cloud wine. I like this better. I really like this.
Really?
I do. I don't know why.
This is your new favorite? You have literally bought like 5 bottles of Black Cloud since that episode.
I love Black Cloud, but I think I might like Phantom more. Should have gotten a second bottle for this episode. We'd be fucked up, y'all.
Dylan clearly has a lot to talk about if he wants 2 bottles. So now that we have our wine, Dylan, I guess we gotta give a little...
We need to give a little synopsis there.
Yeah, probably.
But it's going to be kind of hard to give a little bit of a synopsis because when we pick up the story, it is 5 books in. This is covering books 5 and 6. Books 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 were disturbing in their own right. I definitely preferred 3 and 4 over 1 and 2, I'd say.
I would definitely say that 3 and 4 actually picked up a little bit.
100%.
And then 5 and 6
Exploded.
was the cake, honestly.
I think the important thing to note to our viewers about 5 and 6 is it's definitely the end of the journey while also sending our 2 main characters, Aaron and Slade, which I'm going to count Rot Daddy as a main character at this point. They needed to go their separate ways. And that is a big thing what this book is about.
That's where they grew the most.
They definitely were pretty stagnant when it was the 2 of them together, and I think they needed that separation in order to truly come together. But not only are we discovering the fates of Aaron and Slade in these final books, but that of Queen Melina, that of Judd, of Lou, of Rissa, Osric, everyone.
Literally every single person.
It was heart-wrenching. So get your tissues, I'm telling you.
Let's give them a little recap what the series is about. It is about a fae world.
More fae.
Way more
Shocker.
fae. It gets more fae within book 5 and 6.
It's definitely been leaning that way because you do discover Aaron is a fae in book 2, and then it kind of starts to spiral out there. You discover all these amazing new characters.
It's a world where fae and humans, or Orions,
As
I
they're
should
called,
say,
yes.
don't get along, or They used to at one point, and you kind of learn the backstory a little bit of them getting along and not getting along, and why their kingdoms were separated, and why the Fae don't like the Orions and Orions don't like Fae.
And it's a valid reason. It definitely was kind of giving Court of Wings and Ruin vibes.
Yes.
But better.
I would say so.
I truly felt that it was more well-rounded, which I never thought I'd say because I'm a big ACOTAR fan.
Love ACOTAR.
But this was better and more well-rounded with the character cast. To a certain extent, because there are some things I do have to talk to you about, Becca.
I feel like you learn more of like the sidekicks.
100%. The sidekicks definitely, at least to me, took the center stage.
Okay.
And I got to discover more babies. I adopted 2 more children.
Of course you did.
But don't worry, I only have my one rot daddy.
One of your babies dies.
How dare you!
Before we go into that.
She's trying to start with me. First it's a sale is a sale, and then one of my babies dies. Geez, she's just going for my throat. I'm sorry.
Sorry that all your babies die.
That sounds very awful if you're not listening to us long term.
Yeah, if this is your first time listening, that's probably like, what the fuck, Dylan? You kill your babies?
No, the mean author kills them. I want to protect them. I want to wrap them up in little blankets and give them hot cocoa with marshmallows.
Oddly specific.
They deserve marshmallows, Becca.
You
I'm
say
actually
so.
going to start crying on camera
Oh
because
my
I'm really sad
God.
about it, okay?
Before we go into that, anything else you want to say about the book? It's very all over the place, honestly.
It is very all over the place.
You do get to learn a lot about all the other kingdoms, though. I liked that aspect.
I appreciated that. There is a lot of trigger warnings as well. There is violence, ableism, rape, murder, pillaging, you name it. It's in there.
Sex trafficking.
Very
all of
popular.
It. Yeah, it happens throughout the book series, but I would say it gets less triggering the more you go into the books.
Definitely the sexual abuse definitely goes down, which I appreciated. It was a little, book 1 does have a really extreme, which if you guys have watched the previous episode, you guys know it's very, very graphic. But overall, this is the end of the road. This is actually the end of our first series at the Reading Glass.
It is.
Cheers to that. I can't believe it. That was a commitment.
I told you it was a commitment. You saw the commitment on my bookshelf.
I know. I just thought, okay, in my defense, y'all, 3 and 4 are thickums.
They were the
thick.
thickest books out of all of them.
And they were the slowest books out of all of them.
I feel like 1 and 2 were pretty slow at the same time, though.
But remember, I got through 1 in a day.
True.
2, I struggled. 3, I was like, what am I reading? 4 is when it really started picking up momentum
3
for me.
reread in like a day. Because immediately at the end of 2, you immediately want to read 3. And then at the end of 3, you almost want to immediately read 4.
See,
because when we filmed 1 and 2, we already read 3.
We had already read 3, you're right. And we were struggling not to talk about 3.
Yeah.
But
because a lot happens in 3.
I'm going to be honest with you. The reason I think I got so interested in this series was because of Slade, because of number 4, when we start to really learn his backstory about his life in Anwin, which I always knew we were kind of going to come around to it again.
Yeah.
Not trying to go spoilery right now, but I always kind of had a feeling.
Yeah.
Like at the back of my head, Becca and I had so many predictions for this book, and they actually were pretty accurate.
I can't wait to get into that.
Oh, I can't believe how accurate we were. It was insane.
And we could not predict this book series. We could not predict it at all. We made predictions, and we actually were pretty spot on for the most part.
I'm low-key surprised. I don't know if we read too much.
I think we do, but, you know.
It wasn't that it was predictable, though. It was...
No.
It's just seeing the signs.
Kind of.
And I feel like she's a little bit easier to pick out the pieces than, like, let's say Rebecca Yarros or even Sarah J. Maas, because I couldn't predict Sarah J. Maas. This...
Couldn't really predict too much.
At least the last... I'm going to be honest with you guys. That last 100, 200 pages of Goldfinch... I was traumatized. You'll have to check out Behind the Sips for that because we have some screen conversations because we might have cracked a little bit.
We definitely talked way too much.
I was in tears screaming, no, Becca, no.
It was really funny. I tried warning you too because I read it before him.
Yes, 100% because I've been moving and that's been a fucking nightmare, which is why we have gone to every other Tuesday, but we're hoping to get back to every Tuesday eventually.
Because our episodes caught up to us.
But you know what? For starting out, we did really freaking good. And now we're getting back on track.
Yeah, it took us a month, but it's okay.
We had a nice little adventure too to IKEA today to buy bookshelves.
Yeah, and I was helping Dylan build his furniture.
Always exciting. You know what? We've gone to IKEA, look at bookshelves before we've gone to an actual bookstore.
Well, bookshelves are important for your 600 books.
I'm very impressed with my library.
He has a fucking library, guys.
I will be adding these to my physical library. I have them on Kindle, except for the last one, because I really felt I was missing something with reading the physical books. And honestly, I'm going to be straight with you. I was. The Kindle edition, at least the Kindle Unlimited edition, which is free, which I highly recommend you checking out this series. It is incredible. With this series, I really appreciated her letters to us in the beginning. Now that we're at the end of the road, I didn't get that with Kindle. So when I read the one that started Goldfinch, I was like tearing up a little bit. Like it felt like the end of the road.
Okay, well with Kindle, I always scroll up to see if there's more before it starts the book.
It's not on there. I swear to God, it's not on there.
That's weird.
I felt like I was gypped a lot as well with like the photos because like they had such intricate drawings in this book series, you guys, of the chapter headings, and they were gorgeous. With Kindle, it was so basic.
It normally is with Kindle.
So it does state this wine is brimming with flavors of wild berries and black pepper with oak and vanilla. I am definitely getting the vanilla at the end of the
your
sip.
I get it too.
It's super smooth. It's not dry either, which I really appreciate.
It's a little more on the dry side.
Really? I don't feel it's dry at all.
I feel like it's a little dry.
I feel like it's alcohol, and
You're happy because it's alcohol.
It's alcohol. I'm discussing probably one of my favorite reads this year with my best friend.
Okay. We have many reads more to go.
I'm excited. I'm going to be committing to a very big series this year.
We will be talking about it at the very end of this podcast.
Alrighty, so I think it is time.
I think we have wrapped it up.
I'm ready to go. We're about to enter spoilery territory, so if you want to read the series, it is time to scroll away. Come back after you have read Gold and Goldfinch by Raven Kennedy.
But remember to also check out the previous episodes of all the information that we went through and talked about in previous episodes as well.
Or if you just want to hear me scream "Rot Daddy," that was the best.
Oh man, I laughed my ass off editing all of these, by the way.
It's time, Becca.
Okay. I'll let you start it off. So Dylan, 3,
2,
1, go!
I fucking love you.
I got it finally. Oh my god. Someone tell me how many times he said I hate you in the freaking 5th episode, because let me just tell you. I was like, holy shit, Dylan. I hate.
I loathe entirely. Yes, I did hate you. I'm not going to lie. I just felt it was too smutty, and I never thought I'd say that about a book.
How dare you say that about a fucking
dare
book?
I?
Yes, I have
How
read-
dare you? Showing me a book with an orgy at the first chapter.
Okay, it starts with an orgy, but an orgy does not happen throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, instead we get rape, pillaging. Oh my. And all my babies die.
Right.
How dare you?
I know one of the babies is Queen Melina.
Melina goes, but we'll talk about that. First, we got to get into Gold. In the grand scheme, in the circle of book boyfriends, Slade is very high up there.
Okay.
Mostly because he goes absolutely fucking insane these entire 2 books.
Especially book 5.
Book 5, that is where he said he would be the villain for her. And
He 100%
Oh, it was
fucking
hot.
became
It
the
was hot
god
as fuck.
villain.
oh, rot me, daddy. Rot me to the core, daddy. Rot me. I would say thank you as he's rotting me from my feet up. Or he could start at my mouth. That would be perfectly fine.
I think he starts intestines first, and then he works his way.
That's perfectly fine with me. As long as he doesn't rub his like spunk on my clothes, because I wear really nice clothes and like I don't really want it to get like stiff and crinkly.
I think you'll survive.
We need to get back to Gold.
Okay.
With Gold, you find Aaron and Slade separated, and this is where I would say a majority of their growth starts to occur. At least with Aaron,
100%.
Slade just goes psycho,
Yeah, Slade goes 100% psycho,
which is
but
valid.
Aaron finally grows. She's finally a little butterfly.
Don't make me cry on camera, okay? Because I can't get into it because we're not on Goldfinch yet.
I know. We got to talk about Gold. It's been a month since I've read Gold, so don't mind me if I am a little rusty on Gold.
So Gold definitely also sets up, like we were talking about in our non-spoilery section, the side characters kind of starting to take their center point of views and finally getting the limelight showed on them. Because yes, we did have some previous chapters told from Rissa, Osiric, but Riot finally gets chapters.
I know. I was so happy.
That's my second baby.
It would be. He doesn't die, though. I'm proud. You have a baby that does not die.
Finally.
He doesn't have a happy ending.
We'll get to that because that's something I have a bone to pick about. I'm actually really upset about that,
Okay,
which
well.
I'm sure you know. Gold, where Slade estimates everyone with his dick. No, there's actually no smut in Gold.
None.
There's none. There's like one chapter between Melina
And Dominique.
My boy, my assassin. He was kind of my baby too.
I figured.
This is kind of where Melina, in my personal opinion, also starts to grow.
Dude.
Her journey mirrors Arin's almost.
A little, but Queen Melina was honestly such the biggest bitch that I could not stand.
I wanted her dead.
The first 4 fucking books.
I wanted
on
her
the
dead.
5th one, she finally has a come around.
She becomes the queen that she should be.
Yeah, because of her magical capabilities, you know. She finally grasps a hold of her magic and she learns her magic that is handed to her from the fucking twins.
Even
and from
though, let's
opening
face it,
up the bridge again.
She should not have had that magic. I don't care.
No, but at the same time, like, if she never got that magic, I still think she'd be the biggest bitch.
She needed to grow, and I think it forced her to grow. She had to make that horrible mistake.
I think also Dominique helped.
Oh, I was like low-key when he went after her in the 3rd book, and the 4th book, and was like, I'm gonna kill her. I'm like, thank fucking God I don't have to deal with this bitch.
I was like, thank God. I hope we get that scene where we learn how she dies. Or someone watches it, you know? Someone watches it and like the author put it in like her point of view. Like, yes. But Queen Melina actually turns out to be very important.
She becomes very well written too. Now that I'm thinking, when it comes to her growth, Becca, it has a lot to do with her actually finding real love. Because with Gold, you do get flashbacks when she was a child and her mom's dying. And you're learning all this stuff about her. No, sorry, that is Goldfinch. In Gold,
either way, you still learn her backstory.
You do, and you get to see her meet Midas. Sorry, I always call him Midas. I know it's Midas, but you see her meeting Midas for the first time. And her realizing that maybe marrying this king wouldn't be such a horrible thing. It was. I truly think if she had found real love, she wouldn't have been that cold queen that people were calling her.
No, not at all. I don't think so either. I think because of meeting, we've said King Midas the last 2 episodes, so I'm just going to keep saying it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think if she never met King Midas, she would have been completely different, but because of meeting him, because of how he was, because of how he acted, that's why she became the way she is.
She's a bitch. Great A.
In the very, very beginning, I fucking hated her. Could not stand her. But 5 and 6,
beautiful.
Love her.
She especially, I believe if I'm correct, there was a lot of chapters with her with Gold. That is where her story primarily took place, especially towards the end.
Yeah, and I was like, why do we keep getting Queen Melina?
There was a reason.
Yeah.
I will give Raven Kennedy that. She
Yeah.
had her reasons. Every point
100%.
of view had a reason. Even when you're like, why the fuck am I reading this character?
Time, yeah, I feel like every time in book 5 at least, or maybe even book 6, every time it switched characters' point of view to the next chapter when something like interesting or very important was happening, I was like, motherfucker, why are we reading someone else's point of view? I just want to read the next point of view.
Because she wanted to torture you.
Yeah. But she did it in retrospect. I give her props.
She did a really good job torturing you. Another common thing. Oh, fuck you.
Can't leave that out.
I'm going to make Rot Daddy rot you and not in the good way. Sorry, did I say rot? I meant rock you. A zinger. So Queen Melina falls in love with Dominic, the assassin sent after her by Midas. And the reason they fall in love isn't because, you know, she's beautiful, he's beautiful, because he has a skin condition that causes patches in his dark skin. And he was hated for it. With Melina, I think she really saw something in him that was more than like surface beauty.
Yep.
And I think that is what spoke to her. And like, but that also says like she, in my opinion, she's not as cold as like people led her out to believe.
I think with Dom, she was the first person who actually looked into his eyes and did not judge him. So then he took a step back from being an assassin and didn't judge her.
I mean, he kind of judged her. He called her mega queen bitch for the first half of Gold.
He kept judging her, but at the same time,
he kept helping her.
Yeah, he kept helping her instead of killing her like he was supposed to. And they never knew when Medea's was actually dead.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was thinking the entire time while reading it, she doesn't fucking know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's dead. He's been dead a whole book.
Yeah, she still thinks that he was alive the entire time. And he was dead like 2 books ago.
She was done dirty because she wanted to fuck him before. And she's like, no, I'm married in the eyes of the gods.
Stupid shit.
Girl, get your dick. Arin got hers multiple times in multiple ways. Not only did we get chapters from Melina, we started getting chapters from Osric, who is the second in command next to Riot in the army for the Fourth Kingdom.
Because Riot is finally the commander in book 5.
Because Slade finally steps away.
Well, Slade stepped away because he finally thought that Riot was ready. And he also was tired of living his double life.
He wanted Arin. Like, once he fell in love with Arin, it completely changed.
That was just his zone, honestly. The way he went to literally, like, every kingdom, and whatever kingdom
Psycho.
like did Aaron dirty.
He did them dirtier.
Yeah, he fucked their entire kingdom up.
The queen from Second Kingdom. Oh, that was retribution.
Bro, yeah. The king and the queen. Because their son was the one who ended up living and ends up being the king.
Just because he doesn't murder innocents. Say what you will about Slade being a psycho. He
Yeah.
won't hurt someone who's innocent.
No, their son was totally innocent when he
When they raised the wall.
Yeah.
Or the shield.
The shield,
The
or
shield
whatever.
power he has, yeah.
Yeah, and literally just like destroying Third Kingdom, Second Kingdom, of rotting the entire place. And then he went off to do Fifth Kingdom, but he had to go back to Fourth because, oh my god, his rotting heart the entire time. I was like, bro, is he gonna die? Oh my god, he can't die.
I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah,
I'm not
same.
gonna lie. I thought
Same.
I knew like they would end up together. Like that wasn't the question. But I'm like, this is not gonna end well.
The way the author kept describing it in the book, it was like his heart was just getting more rotted. Like he was actually rotting from the inside himself. His own power was going against him.
My baby.
And I was like, oh my god, is he going to die? Because every single time it was like worse and worse and worse in the book. And then finally...
We're not talking about that yet, Becca. We're talking about
Okay.
Slade's sexy, savage rampage through the
He
kingdom.
laid hell.
Oh, and they deserved every fucking inch of it.
Literally every single person who did Arryn dirty, he raised hell for her. I loved it.
And in that moment, I found out I don't want the little golden boy. I want the person who will, like, you know that saying, like, people would live for you. Like, he would live in a horrible world. No, I want the boy who is going to burn down the world for me. Burn it down. It was hot, but it was true love. Their love story, to me, at least personally, was very fast. But if I'm going to be honest with you, I've kind of felt that all characters' love stories were really fast. Like, they met and they were horny and they wanted
And then
to
they
fuck.
did it, and then they were sold for life.
Like Risa and Osric.
I was so happy Risa was alive.
Oh, I cried. I was so happy. Oh my god. The
So
entire
happy.
gold. I was like, she's gonna fucking die. And then Osric's gonna do something stupid and kill himself.
I forgot exactly who it was that came on that boat. I thought Argon was going to be dead too, and I was so sad. I was like,
The Timberwing?
yeah, I was like, Argon, my boy. I was so sad.
I still picture Buckbeak from Harry Potter. I can't
love
help
that.
it. But I picture a brown Buckbeak.
Okay, I love that. But I was thinking the entire time that Argon was going to be dead or whatever, and then he shows up on the boat, and then he's completely healed because of this one little girl, and then she heals Risa because she has a healing capability as a magic power.
That's amazing.
I loved it so much. I was like, ah, yes, Risa. And then at the same time, I was like, I hope Risa doesn't come back a bitch.
I mean, let's
really
face
hope.
it, Risa also had very common theme in this book series is anti-bitch. You start out being a bitch, then you become like the best. But we've seen Risa slowly progress, and that was beautiful. Her arc was great. I love the banter between her and Osric. Like that was hot.
Yeah, it's to the T.
She
Chef's kiss.
She fucking made him suffer, and I appreciated that.
I appreciated reading Osric's side of like always being near her bed and whatnot. Of like, you could just tell how much he loved her without really like them being together.
I was scared that that was gonna be one of the like unhappy endings.
Yeah, and I was getting so scared of like Osric, you know, having the syringe going up to her, and then at the very last fucking second,
Oh,
the
pulling a
healer
Romeo
came
and
in.
Juliet?
Yeah.
Oh god. But I give him so much credit because he loved her enough to let her go.
Yeah, I appreciated also that Polly came back into play to visit her when Risa took care of Polly.
She can get fucked.
Okay.
I want her dead. That was one death I would have loved reading about. She was just a venomous little snake who did whatever she pleased and used people. She used Risa's kindness, and I'm not gonna say that Risa was a kind person because I'm not. She was a bitch. Even when the series ended, you guys, she was a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
She was a bitch, and that's fine. But she owned her bitchiness.
Yeah.
Polly was just a narcissistic little twat muffin.
Twat muffin.
I have very strong opinions about all of these characters. I've spent the past 2 months with them.
It was crazy with all the Fae coming into the Sixth Kingdom.
That, like, was insane.
I was not expecting so many for whatever reason. I wasn't expecting like so many. And, you know, this was when Queen Melina actually like turned a fucking flag finally.
Oh, God.
She-
You mean after going head to head with bitch Queen Kalia?
Oh, yeah. Fucking Queen Kalia. Oh, my God. She went to 6 Sixth Kingdom and
tried to take over essentially.
Yeah.
For claiming that Medeus and her were betrothed, which I guess technically they were, but I don't really know the laws about multiple wives in this, but I'm guessing it's a no-no. It's a no-no square.
Whatever. Anyway, so Slade was looking for her in Third Kingdom to fuck her up, but then he got Manu.
Fuck him.
I loved him.
He is not a good representation of us gay people.
I honestly...
That bothered me that he was the gay one and he fucking was an asshole. That really...
that
That was bad representation for my community. I'm gonna be straight with you, Becca. I don't know. During Pride Month, that is homophobic. He is a homophobic hobo.
We apologize.
I will take the apology in writing and more wine.
Do you want more?
No, I'm still pretty full. She's trying to get me drunk, you guys.
So Melina goes to Sixth Kingdom and she's trying to corral all the people of like, I'm your new queen, blah, blah, blah. Everything that, Queen Melina did of trying to paint the gold white is gone. We're accepting the gold because I was Medeus's betrothed. And, Melina finally has her head screwed on right after like the twin situation in Seventh Kingdom. And she makes Damik basically take her in his shadowy form. And
love that.
Yeah.
He is a shadow daddy.
He is a
she
shadow daddy.
got a shadow daddy. He's a different type of shadow daddy than we're used to, though.
Yeah.
But continue about the plot.
Yeah. So basically, like, Damik gets them back into Sixth Kingdom. It took him, I think, like 2 weeks or something like that.
He was exhausted.
He was exhausted. He was burnt the fuck out of his magic. He was using too much magic, not having enough energy to like sleep or eat it off, basically, to regain his energy.
And also traveling through that nasty amount of snow.
Yeah, all
cold.
the fucking snow.
It's the cold kingdom.
Also. But Queen Melina had it set in her mind that she really wanted to save Sixth Kingdom in any way, shape, or form. And after learning about the Fae and the Fae coming in, she wanted to save Sixth Kingdom no matter what. And that actually was the turning point for her actually becoming a good person. So I was like, okay, good on Queen Melina.
She
Right
was
on.
beautiful.
And I totally forgot that Lou was in Sixth Kingdom at the same time.
So here's the thing. I feel like Lou, now that we've come to her, was kind of underused in the last 2 books.
I feel like in all of them.
She had such a strong presence, though, in number 2.
I honestly wish that we had Lou's perspective on some of them.
Oh, 100%. That's one of the parts that I feel super cheated on. It was sad.
Moving forward, so with Queen Melina, she arrives when Queen Kalia is up giving a huge speech or whatever, and it's like her first speech for the people, and she's like rioting up the people of like getting them to like believe in her, and then Queen Melina comes out of nowhere, and everyone thought Queen Melina was dead. So Queen Melina comes up in like rags and shit. She looks
haggard.
She looks fucking horrible, but she's raging on about the Fae. She's raging on that the Fae are coming. The Fae are coming. We all have to prepare now. You have to do this and do that. We need to prepare. We need to start doing this. And no one believes her. I understand for not believing her because she was such a fucking horrible queen.
She was a horrible fucking queen.
I understand the people's perspective and not wanting to listen to her and everyone being like, oh, Queen Melina. Queen Melina's back. Queen Melina. And everyone called her the Cold Queen.
She was the Cold Queen.
But I found it very heroic of her to start using her power so profoundly to build this giant ice brick wall that goes from the bridge.
The bridge of I'm going to call it the bridge of Anwen. Anwen?
Yeah. It's the bridge that connects from 6th to 7th because she knew the Fae were coming. The Fae were not there yet. And on their journey back to Sixth Kingdom, they saw an entire village be demolished.
That was awful.
Oh
and they couldn't do anything.
They couldn't do anything. People were hung.
They were hung like laundry.
Yeah, they were hung like laundry, dead.
But she chose to bury them. She chose to hinder her progress. Like, let's face it, maybe if she had like not done that, she would have been able to save more of 6th. But she still took the time. They were her people and she honored them.
I think because of seeing that little village outside of 6th, it made her want to get to 6th more and made her want to do as much as she could for 6th, and no one was believing her. And when she was making this huge giant ice brick wall with her magic capabilities, she was getting a lot of down talk from the people though too. At the same time, they were like, why is she blocking us in? Oh my god, the Cold Queen, she's blocking us in. And Damik is trying to be there the entire time for her also
because he loved her.
Yeah.
He was falling in love with her. They were enemies to lovers for sure.
Yeah, they were definitely enemies to lovers, and they had their moments, but like Damik kept trying to like help her and persuade her and give her motivation basically to keep building this brick wall, and it helped to an extent. And then as soon as the Fae came in, all hell broke loose.
But she still fought.
She fought and she was like drained of fucking power,
but
and
she still kept fighting.
I found that very heroic of her, and that was when I think my turning point was when I started to like her.
You know when my turning point was?
What?
So once she gets back to the 6th Kingdom, and Kalia essentially like tricks her into coming to dinner, and they put her in Arin's cage.
Ooh, yeah.
And she realized that maybe I mistreated this girl.
Maybe I treated her completely wrong.
She realized that Arin was essentially Medea's pet. He was a prisoner, and she had no right to hate her as much as she did. He was just a prisoner.
Yep.
And yes, they're both prisoners.
Oh,
One
yeah.
of marriage, one of love. Arin was a prisoner of love.
Yep, but she never understood Oren's perspective until she was actually in that cage. You're right. I forgot about that part. It's been a month.
That is when I really fell in love with her. That's when I'm like, wow, this is a character I actually felt the growth. With Arin, her growth was more quick. Does that make sense? Like, it definitely sprung up on me with Arin, which was great because Arin needed that snap growth. But Melina's was so well plotted out and so subtle that when it finally hit, it hit me really hard in the heart. And I loved her. I don't remember falling in love with her,
But it happens.
but it happened. Like this book series, I don't remember falling in love with it. But when I closed the cover, which we'll get into, I was sad because I'm probably going to cry on camera today, you guys.
Oh,
You're going to
God.
see it. I definitely think Gold and Goldfinch were more of a same book type deal, like we've talked about with
Yeah.
Guild. And
It was just more to the story.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. And then
While we're
okay.
on Gold still, hold on.
Hold on. I know what she wants to talk about. Okay. I'm giving you
I
permission.
had 2 predictions.
Okay, here we go.
From the last episode that was actually correct in this book.
What were your predictions, Becca?
First prediction, Arin was royalty.
Shocker. I mean, yeah. That, honestly, like looking back, it makes sense.
Yeah. In the Fae realm, she was the last standing heir of the Turleys, the last birthed heir. And she was the most loved to where everyone had a secret little gang, honestly, throughout the entire kingdom about a broken winged bird of the Turleys because they all remember that she disappeared and
The
then...
Yulari.
Yes. I was right about that prediction that she was fucking royalty. Second prediction.
I'm going to hear about this for the rest of the podcast, folks.
Arin and Slade are fated fucking mates.
You know, this is my first book with fated mates.
Fuck you. No, it's not.
I mean, I don't really count ACOTAR as fated mates.
Fated mates.
Okay, but it wasn't as
Fated
dramatic. It wasn't
mates.
as dramatic.
Fated
You're
mates.
making me shake my fucking mic. You still put me through torture.
Fated fucking mates.
And it only came on when the both of them were close to death.
Yes, but that was when Arin was able to use wrought power within Seventh Kingdom, and that was why freaking Slade's heart was basically...
She was taking the power from him.
She was taking the power from him, but at the same time, Mr. Slade knew they were fated mates the entire time.
Okay, Rysand, I see you.
But he only knew because they saw their auras.
That is very unique. I've never, like, experienced that in a book, so that was kind of unique. I will admit.
I loved that,
Oh,
honestly.
it was beautiful. It was.
Loved that.
Oh, my God.
And we'll get into a point with little Mama Ravenger and Goldfinch.
Let me talk. So, listen.
I'm so happy I was right about
God, I'm
2
gonna hear about
predictions.
this.
That was just literally from the last episode, and I was right on both.
My one prediction I had in this book, because I was trying to be good, I was right on, though. And
You
it was.
were,
I'm very
and
happy
we will
about
get to that, too.
I'm very happy about that.
That's the second book. But continue.
Let me tell you, not only is Daddy Rot the man of my dreams, he is also an animal lover. He rescued those animals, and my heart was like, oh, my baby.
He has a calling to animals. Yeah, I loved that aspect of him.
I just love him.
I really loved, of
wine's
how
hitting.
much Arin grew, though, in book 5.
Honestly, she needed it. Arin's journey throughout Anwin was beautiful, but it was also hard, especially when Nanette died.
Yeah.
I cried. Oh, that was the first death in the series that I actually was like tearing up at.
Yes, you meet so many more characters also when you go into the Fae realm because of their little cult, I guess you could call it, cult gang, whatever you want to call it, of all the broken wing bird people. The cult is called Volman.
We love them. We stand with them.
Yes, absolutely. So Arin, when she lands from the rip, she lands in the same place her fucking mother landed.
Not her mother, her ancestor.
It was her mother.
Sarah Turley.
It was her mother.
Sarah Turley is not her mother.
Yes, it is.
Bet. Nope. No, I'm right. I know I am right. I just finished reading this book, girl. Reading Glass Wars with a Z. Okay, so we're skipping this.
Well,
Okay.
I still say that she is the fucking daughter.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Pooh Bear.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, asshole.
Usually it's kitty cuddles
I have 3 dogs, so.
and Advil 9 p.m.
Anyway.
Hey, I have to talk about something about Gold. Her fucking ribbons came back.
I was so happy
I was
for
so
her.
happy.
I was so happy for her, but they didn't work at first.
Are you You know what? They will work.
In Goldfinch, they do.
Oh my God.
But in the entirety of Gold, they did not work.
But they were there, and that's all that mattered.
I
would have
was so
I would have
happy
been fine
for
with
her.
it.
Yeah.
I would have been cool. I didn't know I would care about these ribbons so much.
Yeah.
Like, when I first heard about them in Guild, I was like, what the these are freaky.
And then
what do you mean
when Medea's fucking chopped him off, I was so sad for her. But I was so happy that she got them back.
And of course, Gold ends on a cliffhanger. So now we are going to dive into the final book of the series.
Basically, though, for Auron, since we didn't talk about Auron a whole lot,
Go for it.
She goes through Anwin. She finds this cult.
The Volman.
Yeah, she finds this cult called the Volman and gets introduced into all these other new characters of who are actually helping her. And the Volman are actually against the government. They're against King Carrick. And
I hate him.
King Cole, because King Cole and King Carrick are essentially both the leaders of the entire kingdom, and both King Carrick and King Cole hate Orions. So the reason why that they are so happy that the bridge of Lumeria was actually rebuilt from lovely Queen Melina is because they wanted to destroy the entire Orion population to take over all of it. And with Auron, actually finds where she doesn't want to have anyone push her over anymore. She finally takes a stand. She finally comes out and says, fuck you, I was talking. And everyone knows
that's my girl.
Everyone knows who she is right off the bat because of her skin. They know exactly who she is. And Nanette, I am so sad that she died. Nanette helped her when she fell from the rib and she landed in the ground, and the only reason of how she landed in the ground was because her ribbons grew back and they captured her fall. And
my ribbons.
I was really sad Nanette had to die because she was like a grandma figure.
But she had to die.
She
because
did
she
have
had
to
to go
die.
with Wick and meet Emily, who becomes her, to be honest with you, Emily is kind of her first real friend.
I would 100% say so.
I love Emily. I also love Wick too. Wick was another one of my children that I adopted, my baby, if you will.
Of course. But she really finds her true self. She finds out who she wants to be. She wants to stand up for all the little people because she was always pushed back down when she was growing up. And with the new Volman, people that she's meeting and whatnot, she's not used to being so praised all the time. They literally treat her like fucking royalty because they see her as royalty. They see her as the higher up. And when she starts helping the Volman more, they see her as more as a figure of a rebellion. And this is when a big rebellion and a big war actually starts happening. And I love it.
She makes a fucking king cower with her gold power.
I love it.
It was great. The ending of Gold is everything you want. It's riveting. It's heart-wrenching. It finally connects the worlds together. It makes you realize that you care about the characters. For example, you get reintroduced to Slade's fucking father, who turns out to be Cull, and he is a fucking asshole. And
King Medea's is up here, right? And Cole is right below him.
Girl, I was about to say something. So, remember how you texted me when we were starting the series, never have I ever hated a character more than I've hated Tamlin.
Yep.
I don't think she was talking about Medea's. I think she was talking about Cull.
Because say what you will, both, honestly.
Say what you will. I think Cull was more the villain, at least to me, than fucking Carrick.
You mean Carrick or do you mean Medea's?
Both.
Okay.
I think Cull is the main villain. At least to me, Cull was the villain I hated the most.
Medea's was the main villain
for the first 3 books.
And then Cull and Carrick technically became the villains. So, all 3 of them are high up there. I hate them more than I hated Tamlin.
God, yes. Then that's who you know the author did her job.
You truly hate Carrick and Cole and Goldfinch. And I love Goldfinch's cover, by the way. And I told you this of why I love their cover is because when the fated mates of lovely Slade and Auron are finally together, their gold and rot are one.
Because they're pater.
I love it. I love that, with Slade, with his form, he is still Rip and he's still Slade. But at the same time, both of his forms combine into one. He has a plate of gold on his chest. A plate. And all of Slade's scales turn gold. I love it. And their auras switch into each other to where Auron can use his rot. I don't know if Slade can use her gold.
I don't think he can use her gold. I think the reason she can use his rot is because he rotted her.
And the rot is still in her system.
God, this author really plans shit out.
I love it.
Goldfinch. It's time to go into Goldfinch. So Gold leads. Hold on, I need to change the color, you guys. I feel for Goldfinch. We need.
Oh, we're turning colors.
We're turning gold. gold.
I'm green.
I am gold now. I am Arin. I am the Goldfinch. So Goldfinch begins after Gold, obviously, with a huge cliffhanger because Arin is captured by Cull and Carrick and has her memory erased.
So when
she has opinions.
When I talked to you about this too, I totally forgot about her memories getting erased. When I told you of how the cliffhanger ends with Gold, it reminded me of One Dark Window.
It's giving One Dark Window. I was wondering why it felt so familiar. I didn't make that connection because, like, in my mind, I'm so hyper-focused.
I literally texted him this of that, like, and we kind of talked about it when we were hanging out one time before we filmed this podcast. It was right after I finished Gold and I was about to start Goldfinch, but
I was starting to move.
You were starting to move and you hadn't even started Gold. And I was
my
like,
apologies.
So, and that was when I was like, it reminds me of One Dark Window.
It really gave One Dark Window.
Because her memories got wiped out too.
I do think One Dark Window handled it a little better. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't know. I was wondering why it felt so repetitive, and now I get it. I was subconsciously making that. Damn, Becca's smart. Becca's the smart one here, folks.
I'm here for it.
It's fine. You tortured me, and I'm going to get you back. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Goldfinch is obviously the final book in the series, and it slaps.
There's a lot of, like, heavy moments in it.
I cried. I actually was crying. This is the book where Becca and I were texting back and forth when we shouldn't have. Let's be real.
Yeah,
but we couldn't hold it in.
It was needed.
I literally got a text that said, "You're gonna hate chapter 57."
It was 57 to 59.
What's with chapters 50 something to 50 something?
I don't know, but I told you that it was just gonna get worse,
and it got worse. Goldfinch is a heart-wrenching conclusion to the Plated Prisoner series, and I am low-key really surprised the author went for our throat as bad as she did. She was digging that blade in there, and not only did when she stabbed us, she twisted it right, she twisted it left,
and a full 360 at the same time.
Fuck you. I love you.
I literally thought that by chapter 60, everyone was just gonna die.
I was fine with that. I mean, I would have stopped the pain.
Because still at chapter 59, you still have 50 pages left to read, and you're like, fuck this book.
It's a 704-page book. By 640, I was like, what? 640 is when essentially all
the shit happens. Yeah.
I'm holding on to this last 40 pages what can you do to me?
Yeah.
After
basically,
I've cried.
When I read it first before Dylan and I warned him about it, I was literally expecting a text message from Dylan to say that he threw his actual book.
I was in public. That is the only reason I wasn't drawing it.
I was so waiting for it, but I got many text messages, which are going to be behind the sips this coming up week, whatever. All of his lovely text messages back and forth to me. It was hilarious.
It was no.
For me, it was hilarious because I already read it and I knew that since I hated it, Dylan was going to hate it 4 times fold.
And I did. Before we get into Goldfinch, Becca, I think we need a refill, or at least I need a refill. Ooh, now we have an empty wine bottle. The wine has been drunk, the sips have been sipped, and now the tea will be spilled, or in our case, wine.
We are in book 6 now. Goldfinch.
I knew Melina was going to die, and I'm going to tell you why she was going to die. I have read a lot of books about magic, and one thing I will give Raven Kennedy, Raven, if you're watching, you are a phenomenal fantasy writer. Some people you can tell, you're going to hate me for this, Rebecca Yarros. I'm sorry, I know we keep going back to Fourth Wing.
We always go back to
But what I'm telling
Wing.
you, she is a great writer, but you could tell it was her first fantasy novel. For some reason, Rebecca Kennedy truly encapsulated everything that a fantasy novel needs to be. It had epic love. It had epic settings. It had epic magic systems. It had a beautiful wrap-up, essentially. Say what you will about the series being long, it was perfectly, in my mind, paced.
I mean, at the same time, I feel like it could have been condensed in some way, shape, or form.
A little bit, especially book 3 and 4.
But I feel at the same time, it had so much backstory. It had so much about almost each individual, main character, to where, she kind of did it on purpose.
I appreciated that, though, because it felt like a full story.
Yeah, she did it on purpose for you to fall in love with the characters more.
And it made it hurt even more when they all started dropping like fucking flies in Goldfinch.
57 to 59.
Fuck 57 to 59. I'm happy to stick with 69, though.
Who dies first?
My girl, Melina.
Nope.
No, don't make me relive it. Don't make me relive Judd.
Who
Don't make me relive Judd, okay? Because that was really hard. I told you I was going to cry. I didn't care, but that hurt so much.
Judd dies first. And
it's a sword right through the chest, and it was so shocking.
It was so sad because
God.
Queen, he's He's a queen now.
He is my queen. He's the queen of my heart.
I was calling King Carrick a queen.
He's a fucking bitch.
So King Carrick actually goes into the Fae realm in order to do phase 2 of their whole...
You mean Orion realm?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Sorry,
He
love.
goes into the Orion realm. So sorry. For phase 2, because Mr. Slade destroyed basically half of his population, if not 3/4.
Rot daddy.
1,000 gold. So King Carrick is like, we need to go after them more. Who in the right realm is able to do this kind of thing? And so he goes into Orion and whatnot, and he makes these stone soldiers because
Fuck them.
King Carrick's magic is to build stone. He can manipulate stone, build stone, whatever. So he basically rebuilds the entire castle of Seventh Kingdom from the ground up, and he makes like over 100 or more stone soldiers. These stone soldiers have no heart, but he controls them with his magic.
Like puppets.
Yeah, like little puppets. He sees the wrath coming from, Sixth Kingdom into Seventh Kingdom because they just got done with a big battle in Fifth Kingdom to go to Sixth Kingdom, and then with Sixth Kingdom, they finally went to Seventh Kingdom. And on their way there, they saw them in the sky. Whoever a lightning wielder is, or whatever the hell happened, to where basically the timber wings were struck down to where they were falling down. And
My baby timber wings.
You're literally in Riot's point of view. His timbering is going down. He's in Argon. So he was on Argon because Argon refused to go back to fourth. Riot is stuck in his little saddle, whatever you want to call it. So Judd comes over to help save him, cuts him off. And as soon as he does that...
That hurt. That was shocking. I was like, what? No. And he dies off screen. He dies in Lou's arms off screen.
Off screen. I was so sad. I wanted Lou's version of that.
That would have been a prime moment to have.
Lou's point of view. 100%. Because I feel like Lou and him were in love, but they weren't in love. They were in love, but they didn't want to admit it.
No, they didn't want to admit it.
That's
I truly was waiting for them to get together.
Lou. Because every single time that after with Judd being brought up, everyone looked at Lou because Lou meant the most. And I was so upset that we never got Judd's point of view. And Judd was always the sarcastic person. He was always the one who broke the ice. He was always the one.
He was the one who trained Aaron, and she wasn't there. Aaron was in Anwin when, Judd finally goes.
So Judd dies. Judd was the first person to die.
And she didn't get to say goodbye.
No one got to say goodbye, and they all...
Lou got to say goodbye.
Lou did, but barely.
Slade didn't. His wrath.
No one did. And
I hate fucking King Carrick.
But I loved that it brought out of Riot his rage. Without his rage, King Carrick would have kept getting away with it.
No, he would not have been able to kill King Carrick. You're 100% right
because
about that.
The entire Wrath or whoever else was with them to go into the war with the next Fae and whatnot, they were all going against stone swords. And Riot finally understood that he could not kill these things, honestly. He kept trying to kick it to make it lose its balance, and it wasn't happening. It wasn't working. He was hurting himself more because it was made of stone. But then he saw King Carrick on top of this lovely stone tower and said, fuck you, bitch, I'm coming for you.
But also remember, even by killing the king, it didn't stop the stone swords.
Oh, it did.
No, it didn't.
What do you mean it didn't?
After he decapitates King Carrick, rightfully fucking so, my boy Riot, I'm sending you props through the pages.
I'm pretty sure they all went down. They stopped operating. They were still... They were still alive, but they were no longer operating.
I remember now.
They all stopped. Give me the fucking book.
Find the fucking book. Find the page. Faye always slaughtered us anyway. I'm dead serious. I remember him cutting King Carrick's head off, and then the Fae soldiers still attacking him.
Oh, here we go. Judd!
Stop reliving that nightmare.
So the stone people are going towards Riot because he gets thrown off from basically beating up King Carrick, and then lifeless, unmoving, useless rock.
Let me see. I want to read it myself.
It reads it right there.
Okay, hold on.
Lifeless, unmoving, useless rock.
But then I hear the war. Hold on, I'm blind. I'm not wearing my glasses.
The war didn't end with him because the war is still going on with the fucking other people.
My bad. You were right.
Fuck you.
That was aggressive. I liked it. Do it again.
Fuck you. I was right. So the stone swords
it's
stop.
Fine. I was right about Aaron Turley's mom, so
No,
we're equal.
you're not right.
Yeah,
about
I am
that shit
right.
either. Nope,
Who is gold here, Goldfinch? Me.
you're not right.
I'm gold.
Not right. I'm determined.
Okay, whatever
Not
helps
right
you
about
sleep it
this.
out.
Fuck you. They stopped.
I appreciate
More
your
fake.
interest in this body.
Anyway.
But, what is
Who
Chandler
dies
saying?
after Judd?
Do I have to? I'm not ready for this. Oh, really not ready. I have to go blue now for Melina. My microphone is now blue.
Who dies after Judd?
Melina, because she has to die to close the bridge.
So Melina, after everything is
I'm
happening.
really not okay, you guys.
So Imoni, we get introduced to into book 5. Imoni is part of the Volman. Her secret power is actually that she can transform into another person.
And she can also transform people.
And transform people just by touching them. Change her appearance in a blink of an eye, basically. When they captured Lady Arin, they made Imoni turn into Arin and play the whole, like,
Bow down to
bow
your master.
down to King Karek.
Oh, wait, we're talking about Orin. I need to be gold now.
Anyway, moving forward, I'm going to try and make this as fast as possible.
I'm gold now. Continue.
So basically, Imoni gets captured by King Karek's soldiers and she's the prisoner, but then she breaks out of the prison. She ends up turning herself into one of the soldiers and she crosses over into the Orion world. They find out about her because when you cross the bridge, your magic capabilities just go away.
Like a vacuum. Suctioned.
And they come back to you after you cross the bridge fully, kind of deal. So when she's finally crossed over, or actually halfway crossed over, since she doesn't have her full powers anymore, she's trying to go towards like the back of the marching Fae, and there's these really bad people behind the Fae who are abandoned onto another island because apparently those Fae eat.
They're cannibalists.
Yeah, they're cannibalists and they eat other Fae, they eat other people. That's what they do. So they were abandoned, but then King Karek brought them back.
Such a lovely king.
When Imoni was caught with the soldiers, they beat her almost to death, but she wasn't caught until into 7th Kingdom when she tried to be a twin.
Yes, one of those asshole twins. Essentially, she's captured, and then she's placed into the
Prison.
tomb
Yeah, the
where
prison
Melina
room.
and Dominic were being held because they were captured while trying to restore essentially ice blockades against the Fae.
Either way, Queen Melina keeps wanting to like help her world, honestly. So Imoni gets them unshackled, I would say, but they still can't use their magical capabilities because they have that blockade on their wrist.
The stone blockade.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you don't even know it. But Queen Melina has a thought process in the back of her mind that you don't read about, to where she tricks Dominic into helping Imoni because they leave Imoni behind in order to go after helping the world. Well, since she tricks Dominic, she starts running towards the bridge. She has this mindset set in her mind of from the twins. She gives it willingly. She gave her blood willingly.
Essentially, I understand. I'm gonna kind of sum it up.
So since
Her
she,
life force is connected to the bridge.
yeah, and she finally understood that with her tie to the bridge, she gave her blood willingly. So in order to get rid of the bridge, you're turning blue. In order to get rid of the bridge, she has to willingly give her blood again to destroy the bridge.
But her blood has to essentially stop flowing. If you guys have seen season 5 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it kind of gives
A little.
that vibe. Yeah, the chosen
and
vibe.
Imoni warned Melina about these other Fae cannibalisms that were coming across and that like these are monsters. You all are going to die. It's going to be the end of the world. So Melina books it to the middle of the bridge.
Runs.
And tricks Demik because she doesn't want Demik to be dead. But then Demik obviously follows and they die together on the
Can
bridge.
you not like...
She stole a dagger that she kept hidden under her sleeve. So she brought out the dagger and her and Dominique basically both plunged her heart together. And then shortly after that happened and the bridge was exploding, Dominique took the same dagger and plunged it into his heart too because he did not want to live without her. Are you okay?
I really didn't want to relive this again. I don't know if it's the wine. I don't know if it's the wine, you guys. But
It was so heroic of her to do it.
you know what killed me? What really made me cry? Sorry, I am crying. I don't care if I'm crying on camera because this really hurt. Was when she said she wished she had more time, and he's like, "But we have an endless amount of time with death." And I thought that was so beautiful. And reading about her death and when the bridge shattered and she was no more, I was so utterly proud. She was the queen. Not only did 6th Kingdom need, but she was the true queen that Oria needed. A beautiful wrap up to her plot. And I was so proud of her in that moment.
Same.
And it's my girl.
So that was chapter 57, 58,
That's
by the way.
when she knew I was going to cry.
Dylan.
Okay, we need to go gold now. We gold
All
in
right.
this business.
Dylan, tell me, what does Slade manifest now that he's mated with Arin?
Daddy Dragon.
Daddy Dragon!
He is Daddy Rot Dragon Esquire, y'all.
He can manifest a fucking dragon. Came out of nowhere, bro. It came out of nowhere.
I fucking loved it. Like, of course, like, think about it this way. We're reading a book. It's like Raven Kennedy threw everything we could ever want into a book series and said, fuck it. I'm going to add a little bit of dragons. I'm going to add a little bit of fae. I'm going to add a little bit of forbidden romance. I'm going to add a lot of smut. I'm going to add a bunch of dicks with girthy sizes. Bam! Like she really thought of it all, and I loved every minute of it.
Bro, I wish the dragon was in more of the book, though.
The dragon died.
I know.
I had to read about a dragon dying, Becca. That is why I was mad at you. That is why you're in book jail. I can live with characters dying. We deal with that as readers on a daily basis, y'all. What I can't deal with is a fucking dragon dying, okay? This was Fourth Wing all over again. This was Liam Mari. It's been my honor all fucking over again. I know that the dragon's... Okay, so the dragon's name is Shadow. The dragon comes back. We'll get into that. I wanted to name the dragon Goldfinch.
So tell me about chapter 59.
You mean where Slade's asshole of a father snaps the dragon's wing and then they go crashing down? And then, like, Slade's under this fucking horrible ass net and, like,
It's
Arin's
magical
trying to
withholding.
fight because she has this really badass, like, gold
She
armor.
made her, yeah, she made her
that
armor.
was badass, by the way. The girl knows how to control her gold.
Yeah.
But anywho's, that is
And her
not the
ribbons are
point.
working. It happened after she got her memories back.
I fucking hate King Carrick, but he gets his neck snapped by my husband, Riot. Drunk Dylan has spoken. Slade may be my book boyfriend. Riot is my husband.
Oh, interesting.
I wonder how Riot feels about that.
All right. So,
Anyway, continuing past the book boyfriend thing. So, like, they're trying to, like, escape, and fucking Slade's dickhead of a father. The wine's really hitting, by the way. Oh my God.
he was at the castle.
I'm gonna kill that motherfucker.
was-
I wanted to kill that motherfucker. I wanted to jump in the book and slit his throat myself. And I am a relatively non-violent person.
I wanted to also. You're not the only
So
one.
we have my daddy Rot captured under the fucking net, and he can't rot because it's anti-magic.
Yep.
I have Arin trying to fight off all of his disciples, and then he has Slade's mother because Slade's mother went into the rip. That is something we didn't talk about in Gold.
No.
Arin meets Slade's father, and essentially they duel, and he snaps her. Oh God, he snaps her arm pretty bad. He snaps her ribs pretty bad. That guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah. I hate his magical capabilities, honestly.
Digesting back.
Digesting
Diverting back. Yes.
We do have to digest this.
I finished it 3 days ago. I have not digested enough, girl. We come back, and then Arin is trying desperately to fight. Slade's under a fucking net. And then Arin, in a last-ditch attempt, shoots a spear of gold at Slade's dad, right?
And he still breaks it and then breaks her hand and fingers out at the
Oh,
same
no,
time.
no. Do you not remember that he grabs the fucking spear out of the fucking mid-air and turns around and stabs Slade's mom?
Oh, yeah. Yep, he did.
I screamed. That is when I almost threw the book. That is the moment where I'm like, no. That's when I texted you no. I was like, no.
And then
No.
Arin went to try and help Slade's mom, and then he broke her. He's a breaker. So basically what ends up happening is that we're in Slade's point of view for this entire, like, freaking chapter 2.
Two or 3 chapters.
Yeah, and Slade is the one underneath the net. He can't do anything. His mating bond is calling him to, like, want to help protect Arin and whatnot. He's literally useless. Can't do anything.
His dragon wings have been snapped.
Yeah, and the dragon also is trying to, like, get
Help.
out of... He's in his own net, too.
Yeah, but they're peeling apart his scales to reach
The
heart.
So there's many Cole's soldiers coming up. They have all their fucking daggers and swords out, and they're going after this dragon because fucking Cole wants to manifest and take fucking Slade's dragon.
Because he's not fucking powerful enough to. His son was. His son
Yeah.
was the product of two worlds.
Yeah.
If we've learned anything as readers, if you are the product of two worlds, you are fucking powerful.
Oh yeah, 100%. They stab the heart of the dragon.
Can you not? I know his name is Shadow, but I'm going to call him Goldfinch. In my mind, he's named Goldfinch, okay? So
They
he's...
stab Shadow. and the heart. They literally grab his heart out for Cole to basically stab. And finally,
he is going to stab my daddy Slade, my daddy Rot.
Slade finally gets the net under him, like above him, or somehow gets under it a little bit. And that little bit is just enough that where he rots the entire net in a split second. And
but
then
it's too late, girl. Arin's already been stabbed through the fucking heart.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Arin has been stabbed also in the fucking heart because of Dad. And that's when he goes fucking nuts. And he finally has that little opening and he rots the entire netting. He starts rotting his dad slowly.
Fuck yeah.
I was like,
as he fucking deserves.
Started with both hands, thank God.
Deserved, I'm not sorry.
And then basically Arin's dying with a sword in her heart, by the way. And
lovely.
The dragon's already dead. Now you're on chapter 60 and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm gonna tell you something.
How the fuck is this book going to end?
Can I tell you something?
You don't have many pages left.
I'm gonna tell you something, Becca. We're sad about the dragon than Arin.
You would be.
Bro, don't fuck with me and my dragons.
You would be. You totally would be.
It's fine. I could get used to losing a main character. I've lost main characters before. That's fine and dandy. As readers, we suffer. We sign up for suffering. Do not hurt my dragon. Y'all, no. We kill the fucking dragon. That is worth a sip of wine right there. Oh my god. So Arin is dead.
Yeah, Arin dies, but she dies in Slade's arms.
I'm not mentally prepared for this.
Literally all of chapter 60 is again in Slade's point of view. Wick and the Volman finally catch up to them and they're like, oh my god, what happened? And then literally they see of what happened in the whole destruction to where Slade picks up Arin because he's like, I'm going to take her back to Fourth Kingdom. But they also don't know that the Lumeria bridge is broken.
Nope, they do not. Thank
you,
Melina.
He picks her up, cradles her close to him, and he starts walking towards the bridge with all of the Volman. Now, as he starts walking, the Volman start coming more and more and more and start walking with him.
I
had chills, dude.
A giant death funeral.
I had chills because they're all following him. They all don't know what to do because Arin's dead. But now one of the main freaking villains of the entire Fey realm is dead. They didn't know about King Carrick yet.
Ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye.
It was so sad. And then
I was right. I'm going to just say this right now. I was right. So
from episode 5, he is right of his predicament.
I'm going to go with Goddess Kiss. That's the way I'm going to describe it. She's Goddess Kiss. She's able to defy death. She wants to come back. And she comes back. She defies death. And upon being reborn, her ribbons
turn into
wings. I was so happy. I was right. It all comes back to Guild with her in that cage.
And you took it as like the golden bird in
the
cage
the
to be
Goldfinch.
The soul of the bird. And technically she
was. She got wings and she was able to fly, and it was one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever read. I feel super just emotional talking about it.
She became
the Goldfinch.
She became the Goldfinch, and it was so lovely. I also love the fact that she's able to have ribbons, but also take away the wings and still have ribbons.
I kind of like her with just the ribbons, which is something I never thought I'd say.
Right.
It feels like classic Arin, but Arin herself goes through this entire transformation from this scared little girl to the Goldfinch.
And then after, when she also does that, the goddesses give her like a gift from the curse, because technically
Anwin is cursed.
Anwin, like the Seventh Kingdom and part of the Fey realm from the Lumeria bridge, was cursed for so long. And when Queen Melina destroyed the bridge, she destroyed most of both realms of like their land right there of where it was dead. With Arin coming back and with the goddesses like kiss, touch, whatever, it brings the entire land back to life.
She's able to bring the land back to life.
Yeah, and it's an entire town that used to be, that's now foreign, but now it's built with gold and rot in between to mark her symbolism. And then that's when they keep walking towards the bridge of Lumeria that was already destroyed, and they find out that the bridge was destroyed. At the very end of the book, they have to accept that they're not ever going to see Riot. They're never going to see the Wrath again. They're never going to see Orion.
I mean, To be fair, Anwin sounds 10 times better than Orion.
100%.
But
you know what character we did not talk about? Brenner.
let's not talk about an asshole.
Brenner.
You mean
He's a very important asshole that we find out because his magical capabilities are very, very important.
He is the betrayer of the main series. He is the one who betrays the Volman and Arin in Gold. We should have talked about him in Gold, but I think we're so hyper-focused on just everything that happened because there's a lot. Like, honestly, part of me thinks we could have did, like, an episode each on the books. Like, it was a lot.
We're going to try and wrap this up. So, Brenner, you find out that he can make fairy... What are they called? Fairy rings.
Yeah.
And fairy rings, they're basically a teleportation ring to where you step inside one and it teleports you where it opens up another fairy ring.
His is rare. He can connect it between Orin and Anwin.
He can connect it to realms. So he was the betrayer when her entire village was burned to the ground when she was young and took her to Orin.
And turned her into... Yeah, that was the first actually instance of the sex trading. But he comes in later. Well, there's another character we forgot about. My boy Wick. My baby. My other... Jesus, I got a lot of babies. I birthed a lot. Maybe that's why I gained some weight between the past few episodes. So it turns out my boy Wick, he is a Turley.
He's cousin.
So every Turley has a gold marking on them. Arin's is her skin, her blood, her power. Wick's is his blood. That is fucking incredible. I did not see that coming. And
I didn't see it either.
This shows Arin's growth as a character because there is a scene with Arin and Wick when you find out that Wick was there the night Brielle, her hometown, was being destroyed. And he could have taken her with her. And he said, fuck you, I'm fucking dipping like a chip.
But Wick was jealous of her, remember?
Mm-hmm. He was jealous because she was the golden girl. She was the one everyone loved. But he regretted it. He, like Melina, which is why I think he was one of my favorite characters of the series, realized the change of pace and realized I fucked up. He said that she has a heart of gold and that she has the purest heart he's known. I agree, honestly, because she forgave him. She decided to move on. And no offense, I don't think book 2 or book 1 Arin, or even book 3, I'm gonna go with book 3 Arin, would let that go because she was so riddled with hate because of Midas, because he caused so much hate in her.
Probably.
I just had to talk about that because I love
Wick.
Wick.
I can see that.
He was very important to the story.
He was.
And he was the one true heir once everything finally wrapped up. He was the one that Arin essentially said, I don't want to be queen. I just want to live with Slade, which valid,
she just wanted to live her life because she wasn't ever able to live her life.
Because she was in a fucking cage.
No matter any stage point of her life, she was always in a cage. And Slade promised her for the freedom.
And he gave her her freedom. When she died and he was destroyed, I was destroyed. I'm like, my daddy Rod, I'm jumping in the book. I don't know if you like dudes, but hey, we're going to give this a try. And it's cool. It's fine. We'll make it work. I don't care. But the book does have a very happy ending, wouldn't you say, Becca? Yes and no, actually.
Yes and no. Yeah. Yes and no. Okay, so how the book basically ends is one of the twins is still alive, and Amoni is still alive, and
thank God, I loved her.
They're fighting over a random fairy ring in Orion that was left over. You know, the Wrath are moving over to them because they see him in the distance that they're still alive because they're trying to check if any survivors were there. The twin was coming after Amoni again, and our boy fucking Riot was like, fuck you, and threw him off of him because of
man who protects women.
Yes, because he was protective, super protective because of his whole mother and father situation. Amoni was very worrisome to tell him like, hey, this is a fairy ring. But of course, as soon as they all finally decide to go into this fairy ring, including our little Argon, they go into Anwin, and there's no way back because Riot ends up killing the twin. So
that's valid though. I mean, that twin deserved to be fucking bitch slapped, neck snapped all the way.
I don't blame him whatsoever. And they're all reunited.
Minus Judd.
Reading
about Judd and reading about how Arin and Slade reacted made my heart break. But then I had something to heal my heart. Digby and Arin reconnecting.
I was so happy about Digby. I loved that
survived.
Digby was still throughout the entire book. He's less mentioned in these books at the very end, but he's still a very strong and important character. I honestly wish we also got a Digby point of view.
I don't think it was in the cards for us because I wish we got a Lou point of view. I wish we got a Judd point of view. I wish there were so many points of view I would have loved to hear from.
I agree. And I also wish that, you know, at the very end of the book, they all had like a little happy ever after kind of thing, like 2 months later, time jump at the very last chapter. But I also wish, you know, we knew what happened to Orion.
Yeah, we did get kind of skipped. Right before Riot and the crew go to Anwin, try to discover Slade and Arin and the mother's whereabouts, because that is a very important plot point for Riot.
Yes.
You know, Kalia and King Thawd, who we haven't really talked about, but he just kind of annoyed the shit out of me, so I don't really want to talk about him.
Thawd?
I call him Thawd, like thought.
There's an L in there.
Because he has a nice little snaky necklace.
Thawd.
So he's giving Reputation Taylor's version, which is not even a real thing now, but that's besides the point. Anyways.
Technically, there's an L in there, so I thought it was Thawd.
He can suck my dick. No, I don't want him to suck my dick. Anyways, so essentially, as we're wrapping up this book, King Thawd, King whatever, and Queen Kalia essentially tell Riot, you did your job, pats him on the head, now go be a good little soldier boy while the adults figure out what's going on with Arya.
Bro, I fucking hated that shit too.
That pissed me off. I
hate
do
that
feel
shit.
that is one thread point or plot point that we did not get answered. Anyway, that's besides the point, and that's when they decide to go to Anwin. You know, that pissed me the fuck off. I was like steaming. I was a fucking artichoke.
I didn't like that either, because Riot was very much almost like Slade in a way, to where he had the capabilities to be like a ruler also, and they have all these other kingdoms now that did not have rulers, and now you're not even trying to include Riot, but he led you all in the war and won.
Like, I'm not going to go into detail, folks, because I want you guys to be able to read it for yourselves.
I think we've gone into a lot of fucking detail, though.
Yeah. War is such an important part of this story, that there's battle plans, and you go into Riot going into all of these like battle plans and winning the war.
That's where his character actually like builds the most, is when he actually gets to be able to be commander.
And obviously, as you're like seeing these battles, you're reading about it from Osric's point of view, from even Risa's point of view. Risa had so many phenomenal chapters in this book, and they all did. But that's not besides the point. Sorry, I'm going into a rant because I have so much to say, but I can't say it all on this podcast, because this book is so much more than anything you could really sum up in a 30-minute to 2-hour podcast. It is pain, it is pleasure, it is love, it is reaching for the stars even when you feel that all hope is lost. And Goldfinch really encompassed everything you need in a fantasy retelling, in a fantasy ending. And even with the happy ending, it ends fucking smutty.
It does.
Becca.
It was funny. I thought he was gonna skip the entire scene, and I was about to warn him of it, but I was like, I can't give too much away with chapter 57, 58, and 59. I was like, I gave that away, so I was like, I'm not trying to give away that Arin comes back yet. And like, that he's gonna skip the smut at the very last chapter.
But it felt right ending on smut.
Sure.
Because we started on smut.
Oh yeah. And it ended on smut.
But it ended on sweet smut. Like, all's well that ends well. One thing I do want to talk about is I definitely feel that there is more threads to this universe that she eventually will go back to, especially when it comes to Riot and Emily, because I don't know if I was the only one. I saw the potential. I thought they were going to get together for a hot second. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's a real love-hate relationship.
I saw Riot and Emily also, but I don't know. Maybe they will and maybe they won't.
I would love to go back to Aurea at some point in a new novel, because I feel Riot was the only one without a happy ending. Like, everyone was kind of happy. Digby ended up with Mom and Risa and
I loved that Digby
that was really sweet.
Was with Slade's mom.
That was beautiful.
I thought that was so sweet. Another thing was, since we're on the topic of Slade's mom, I was emotional when her last word, like actual word to freaking Slade, was Goldfinch, and that was from her vision of having a vision. And so Slade knew the entire time that Arin was his and his fated mate and everything, because of her saying Goldfinch. I loved that little aspect. I don't think, and that was the exact reason why he always called Arin Goldfinch.
I don't think in the previous episodes, Becca, we've talked about like his mom and how she had that power of foresight.
I don't think so either. She had the power of foresight.
It was such, like, I know it was important, but to us it wasn't.
It wasn't important because it wasn't like
thought of. It was thought of, but it wasn't.
It was in the book, but at the same time, like, we didn't pay too much attention to it
We
because
really
we
didn't.
didn't think anything of it, simply because she loses her voice. She lost her voice of like the will to talk, I guess you would say, when she went
Because
to
she was
Orion.
tortured by fucking Cole.
It was
by
when
Cole.
it was when they went into Orion the
Yeah.
first time, and then even when they went back to Anwin, she still didn't have her voice, but she still said Goldfinch. Even when Aaron was alive again and well again, like she said Goldfinch again, and I was in that backstory. I was like, my heart.
My heart hurt this entire time, but
It was a journey, dude.
this was a journey, and I have to thank you because this was probably one of the best book series, I've read in my life. I would love to go back and revisit this at a later date.
I think that with reading through the entire series that, yeah, you hated the first two books so much, but I think rereading them, it would give you a different perspective.
I would love to reread them eventually, but right now my heart just feels so full. I'm so sad that while I'm excited about our next journey here at the Reading Glass, this was definitely a beautiful moment, and I loved every minute of it. I really did. The happy ending was happy. I got my feels. I got my smut. I loved it.
I recommend this series 100%.
Raven, thank you so much. And like you said on your acknowledgement page, I really hope we get to meet you again on the pages soon.
Any other thoughts for this series, Dylan?
I
Things
loved
you
it.
need to bring up?
I thought it was beautiful. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It was everything I could have wanted.
I know you had other thoughts and whatnot that you wanted to get out. Have you gotten all of it out of your system? Do you feel like we have talked
I feel
about
quiet.
everything?
I feel quiet.
Okay.
I feel like my heart is heavy, but happy at the same time.
Okay.
But Becca, I kind of have some bad news.
That doesn't sound good.
We're going back into the arena.
He means our next episode, everyone. Episode 8 is going to be
Catching Fire and Mockingjay.
for Sip It Back number
2. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm not excited to go back into the arena because that place is going to be painful. These books are painful.
But it's very exciting. So since the podcast is now every other week, it's not mentioned in the last 2 episodes, but now the podcast is every other week. So now every 4 episodes,
we will be sipping it back.
we hope to go back to weekly. If and when we do go back to weekly, it will be once a month for Sip It Back. Screen sipping is out for now because I don't know how to salvage that.
But make sure to check it out because we did post
Behind the scenes after episode 5 for screen sipping. It was takes from it. It was random things that we both said while watching it. Hopefully it's comical. I think it's comical, but
I mean, we had some good popcorn, so I'm not complaining.
it was a fun time. I'll say that. Dylan, what is our book after Sip It Back?
So it is My Revenge. We are going to be doing the Deathcast series by Adam Silvera. Adam Silvera is my all-time favorite author.
Literally his favorite.
I met him at Disneyland. We will talk about it then. We have both read the first 2 books in the series. Becca has not read the recently released 3rd book.
That
so
just
I'm
came out
very
a
excited.
month ago.
I'm very excited for you to read that. I'm not going to lie. I'm very excited to hear your thoughts.
I'm
and I'm
not
very excited to
excited.
deal with your tears.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
These books are very depressing.
But they're beautiful. We might
So-
actually make a cocktail for that one instead of wine.
I'm going to
We
need
shall
something
see.
stronger than wine.
Well, Becca, this has been our first series on the Reading Glass.
And our first series and books that we have both not read together.
I'm trying to convince her
Well-
to push up Zodiac Academy, you guys. Wish me luck.
The Plated Prisoner series is a 6-book series.
Yes, it was, and they were thickums.
And it's commitment. The Zodiac Academy is 15 books.
Y'all, after we get off this recording, I will be convincing her to scoot up Zodiac Academy.
Zodiac Academy, I have personally read. I love Zodiac Academy, and I cannot wait to get back into that realm. I did not read 4 books that is related to Zodiac Academy. There is so much to Zodiac Academy that I literally cannot wait to reread it and fall back in love with every single fucking character. I love it so much, and I know Dylan is going to obsess over it. It is such a stronger and bigger commitment.
I got this, Becca. If it wasn't for you, and I'm only going to say this once, I wouldn't have met my rot dad. And on that note, you guys,
But I'm still in book jail
you are so totally in book jail.
until Zodiac Academy.
Well, you guys, this has been The Reading Glass. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like Becca said, we do these podcasts every other Tuesday.
For now, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I want want more comments, honestly.
Honestly, you need to tell us what you want us to read. We love smut. We tolerate YA. I kind of want a good LGBTQ plus book. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, your Deathcast
I'm about to
is
get there with
coming.
Deathcast.
Yeah.
We will see you 2 Tuesdays from now. Cheers.
Cheers.